Hello and welcome to Mickey Art. My name is Michelle Edhouse, and today I'm not really quite sure what I'm doing other than I'm using up all of that Deco Art paint, the style and stuff that I had left. I have mixed it all up, mostly just straight with Floetrol, but there's a little bit of water added in as well. It's a little bit thick, it's a little bit thin, I don't really know what it's doing. It's having fun, and that's what I plan to do too. So the first thing I'm going to do, I've got two base colours that I'm going to use. One is the beige and one is the black. I'm just taking the stick out. And first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all my paint into this pot, and this pot has measurings up the side, and I can tell then how many of these 4 canvases I'm going to use. So first of all, I'm going to try and keep these separated. Gotta keep them separated. Bum, bum, bum. Anyway, so I'm going to do that and see how well that works. See how much of each we've got. And silly me, I should have done that a little bit different. I should have had them that way around so that the split was, no, that's okay. That's alright. Well, it's alright. Even if the sun don't shine well, it's alright. Alright, here we go. Then I am going to just add the other colours as I've got them. I've got a small amount of white and a small amount of purple, a little bit more blue, and quite a lot of red and pink. So who knows what this painting is going to end up like. So let's start. I'm going to start with the red. And pour some of that in there. I might add some silicone at this point. Okay, there's 4 drops of silicone in there. So any silicone that you see me add, that is all the silicone that's going to be in here, because none of these have silicone mixed in. So it's blue, purple, white. Oh, that was a big dollop of white. Lay that down. Pink. Who knows what this is going to turn out like, guys? I don't. But sometimes, just sometimes, you've got to give it a go. So let's use a bit more red and a bit more blue. And while we're waiting for that to pour, let's pour in the rest of the purple. And the rest of, don't do that. Oh, Michelle, you're making a royal mess. There we go. How to make a mess 101. Watch Michelle's videos. It's always enlightening. I was going to stir it, but I think I already have. Ish. Now, that comes to 250 millilitres, which is about 8.5 fluid ounces for those of you that do imperial. And so 250 mils is 250 square inches, and we've got 8 by 10, so 8 by 10 is 80 square inches, 80, 160. Brain function 240. Alright, so I'm not going to do more than 3 canvases. Let's get rid of that one. Bloop, 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 bloop. 2 or 3? 3. I'm going to go for 3. 3. 3 glorious 3. 3 beautiful paintings. Oops, what about me? That does make 4. 4 paintings that we'll adore. I'm singing a lot today. Come on, come play. Alright, get rid of those. Put these down. Alright. Gotta keep them separated. Right. Can you see them all? Yes, you can. That's a miracle. I like miracles. They're fun. Okay. So, I think all I'm going to do is just pour. And the colours are not keeping separated. Okay. Just going to scrape that paint all into one spot so that when I pour it again it'll come out. Definitely got some silicone cells coming through, which is exciting. All right. So, bum 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 bum. Diddle 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 diddle. Let's pour that way first. Just to get that flowing. How does it get better? And we're going to go that way. It's a while since I've done a triplicate pour. Triptic, aren't they called? Is that how it's worded? Off the edge. Okay. I'm loving this. This is cool. It's a bit weird. And we're kind of lacking in a few spots. So I've got some black that I kept back. For this exact reason. To fill in the spaces. It's raining. Can you hear the rain? Probably not. Okay. Come on, Black. You know you want to come play. Do you wanna play with me? Play with me. Play with me. Alright. What I'm gonna do now is just do the edges. And you're all going, what are you doing? Well, what I need to is paint to flow off. And paint flows off a lot easier when it's got something to flow over. So, I'm just using my finger, dipping it into this pot of black and bringing it up to meet so guys, I know that there's a few of you out there that have been accused of not being real artists. You just pour paint. This is the point at which it goes from being you just pour paint to being creating something that's art. Because there's a point at which you need to start making choices, just like in life. And those choices will affect what will come out as the end result. So if anybody is asking you, is saying to you that you just pour paint, point out to them that you make choices every day. Choices that affect how it looks. And as with any form of art, how it looks is not always everybody's cup of tea. But your choices create your reality in life and in art. Sorry about the back of my head. in the painting. So just know that if you love it, that's all that is important. You've made the choices that work for you. And that, my friends, is the important part. Creating your art and your life so it works for you. And if it works for other people as well, awesome! If it doesn't, awesome! What works for you is most important. Okay. Top and bottom edge, done. Fingers black, done. That end edge done. Okay, now I'm going to change my gloves, and before I tilt it anymore at all, I'm going to torch it, because although we've got some cells definitely come up, I would put money on that there is more cells hiding underneath, and I can definitely see some air bubbles in there as well. So I hope this is all in focus, because the camera is too high up for me to see. I think I found all the silicone though. There is a whole heap of silicone through here. Okay, so the next requirement is to get this bit filled in. Let's see if I can lift all three together. No, that's not going to work because that tin is in the wrong place. Okay. Tilt this way. Okay. Tilt that way, and then down. Ah, don't sit on each other. That's not cool. Sorry about my head. I really am. I'm just tilting just a little bit, dabbing just a little bit to create that joining effect. My target is to keep it so it looks like they are all poured together. If you're wondering why I'm so quiet, I'm concentrating. Okay, let's give this a good tilt. Oh, not excited about that, my dear painting. I suppose if they are kept apart from each other, it can just sort of work. Nah, clean finger. I'm able to see some canvas in these couple of little spots, which I'm not excited about at all. Alright. Okay. How does that look? Do you like it? I do. I think it looks funky. I dripped. Oh well. Gloves off, and let's give it another torching. They are very different, but they all go together. How's it get any better than that? I'm not overly excited with this one. It's quite messy in that top area, in that middle area there, I mean. I really like that one, and I really like that one, both for different reasons. Alright, let me get you down and show you what we've got. That rocks. I like it a lot. Okay, so let's start over here. Sorry about the reflection. Check this out. This is funky. That is weird. But I like it. I like weird. It reminds me of me. There are some nice cells in here as well. That's where I did the little drips. Drip, drip. So moving on to this one. Let's get that thing out of the way. It'll help with the reflection. So these two don't line up perfectly, which is a bit of a bummer. But that's okay. It's not a bad thing. I'm intrigued to see how this wiggly lined stuff dries though. I'm hoping it's not some sort of weird reaction that'll dry odd. But if it does, that's fine. It's part of the creation. Look at those cells, they're cool. And then on to number 3. I really like this end part here. It's funky. Look at this. Imagine what I can do with that in Mirror Lab. Woohoo! If you don't know what Mirror Lab is, go find my video about Mirror Lab. Look at all these cells. That's so pretty. And we've got that weird funky thing happening here too. I'm wondering whether that is where there's a lot of silicone doing weird stuff. So check it out down here. Oops. Focus and then zoom. Strange. So let's go for a sideways zoom across all of them. Hee. I did a triptych. I did a triptych. What do you reckon? I think it's cool. And I'm very interested to see what happens when it dries. But I'm also interested to see what creations we can get out of the drip off as pendants. So let me move these out of the way and let's have a play with the drip off. Okay, so let's have a look what we've got. Quite like that patch there. There's my finger there. Quite like that. And I quite like that. There's some interesting small bits in some of this, but nothing that really jumps out and says whole pendant. So that's quite fun there. That whole piece. And then I have turned this upside down. Let's see what comes out of there. Ooh, that's quite agate-ish, isn't it? I think we'll capture that. So let's bring the tripod down and put you up there. Okay, so the first one that I want to do is this piece here. And I'm kind of running out of pendants. I just put in an order yesterday, so hopefully Amazon is super fast. And if you're wanting to find the link to buy these cabochons and pendants, then please, I'd really appreciate it if you used the link in the description, and that gives me credit for sending you Amazon's way. That's not going to fit, is it? No. And then the 4% affiliate fee that they pay me, I use to buy things like these pendants. So I'm going to dip just straight into there, just like that. And let's see what we got. That's quite pretty. So put that down, painted side up, let that dry, and let's give that a dose of warmth. Let's see if that has any cells in there, and leave that to percolate while we go somewhere else. Okay, so the next one that I want to have a play with is this bit down here, and it is slowly stretching, which is good. And we're going to do another love heart. So for those of you that are new, these are glass cabochons, and they are flat on one side and round on the other. And I'm just using poster putty or blue tack or whatever you want to call that stuff. And a stick to hold the pendant, the glass cabochon, in place while I dip it. And I'm not liking this little bit here, so I'm just going to smear that off and see if we can create something different there. we'll have to wait and see how that dries. The cool thing with this stuff, guys, is that it washes off. It no, don't do that. So it's just paint on glass, and if you get it within sort of 24 hours, it washes off really easy. I'm not going to be able to give you a very good shot of this, but I'm going to go in that way. And that is intriguing, to say the least. So we'll see how that one dries. And anyone else want to play? What about this bit over here? I'll tighten that up. Sorry about that if I made you feel sick. So I have one round one left. One round one. And I'm going to go in, capture that. That looks like it'll come out pretty good. Sorry, you guys can't see it very well, but I like it. And I think that is it, my sweet people. I'm gonna leave it at that. And I'll be back to show you the dry triplicate and dry pendants once we have, actually as I'm saying this, I'm spotting something that I'm going to have a go at capturing. And it's right over here, and I don't think you'll see it, but I'm going to capture it anyway. And partly why I'm capturing this one is because of its colour. I don't know whether it will work or not, but let's put that down there and hope that it works better than I think it will. So guys, I'll be back in 3, 2, 1. Alright, here it is. The dried, finished product. Well, it's not finished because it's only just dry, and it is not sealed. And there's a couple of patches that I'm not going to touch because if you've been following my channel for a while, you know I'm really good at touching things that are still wet. Okay, so it has dried definitely duller than the vibrant shininess that it was. Some of that will come back when we seal it. There's a few patches though that I'm not excited about, and those of you that have different vision than me might be excited about them because they are a bit textured. And the interesting thing is it's a similar texture as what I got on the, what's that thing called? Record. It's kind of almost looks like a leather. Now, what this one is it actually is starting to disintegrate. And as I said at the beginning, these paints, Decor Art only says to mix it with their pouring medium, and I mixed it with Floetrol. But I also added some water, which I haven't done before. The wallet that I did the other day, that pink and purple one, that was mixed with Floetrol, and it came out fine. These ones were mixed with Floetrol, but also a little bit of water, and I wouldn't recommend that by the looks of this. This is not looking happy. Just straight Floetrol is fine. Seems to be fine. But this has definitely not dried happy. Seems to be mostly where the red is. The red is seriously not happy. Some of the other stuff, like the black and the tan and the pink, they all seem to be fine. It's just the purple and where the red is, the colours that are where the red is. So, up to you. That's my experiment, and that's why I do these experiments, because I think, well, if I do the experiments and then I show you the results, you guys get to then choose whether you try and duplicate me exactly, or whether you go, hey, that worked out really cool, except I'm not going to use that paint, or I'm not going to add that water, or I'm not going to do this, that, or the other thing. See, you see how that's, but it's an interesting texture. It's not bad, and once it's sealed, who knows what it should be fine. If any of you are wondering what the shiny patches are, like down in here, that is where the silicone has come out. See, look, if I can smear it. I've been experimenting recently using the cornflower technique. And it seems to be doing a good job of getting the silicone off, although I do wipe it down with alcohol afterwards. Look at this giant patch of silicone. There's one there, and there's one there. That paint's not wet, that is silicone, guys. See how that's got little splotches? It's just where the oils come up to the top and it's sitting there. So, I really like this series. I like them as a triptych. They look cool, so I will definitely be saving them. I will definitely be letting them dry for a couple of weeks, then sealing them, cleaning them and sealing them. So, how did the pendants come up? I can hear some of you asking. Let's have a look. So, I have no recall as to what order I did these in, so I'm just going to show them to you, and then you guys can. So, that one to me looks super cool. It looks like interwoven, well, not interwoven, but like bundled up wool strands that are, or hair or something like that. It's just, that's cool. I like it. So there's that one. Now this is that one that I double dipped. I scratched some off and I double dipped. I've got a weird little corner over here with black. And hey, you know what? The rest of it's pretty pretty. Pretty. Oh, God, Michelle, your use of language is just despicable. I quite like the rest of it, so yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. This one is plain but interesting, if you know what I mean. And this one, I don't know about whether I'm keeping it or not. Not sure. You've got 24 hours. If you message me within 24 hours saying, I want to buy that one, I'll keep it. Otherwise, I'm just going to wash it off. It's nice, but it's not one I would keep. So, there we go, guys. So, what else is possible? What else can we choose and create? I like them. I like them all, really, except for that one, maybe. Did I show you this one? Did I show you the circle? I love this one. This one's cool. Check that one out. That's cool. So I definitely love the rectangle and the circle. This one's quite nice. This one's great except for that black corner. And that one I'm not sure about. And these three, definitely a keeper. So, super grateful for you guys watching. And I wonder what else I'll paint. What magic can I create now? That's always a good question. So thanks heaps for joining me, guys. I adore you all, and I will see you in another video. Bye bye.